Good morning, everybody. Good morning. So this is one of my, weekly streams, office hours for my psych students, and today we are going to do a tutorial in Google Forms. I will get started in a little bit. I want to, make sure that if there are students here, that they get the full benefit of that. I'm going to scooch over to my second screen and my other camera, which I'm excited about. I set up a hotkey to switch between the two. So, yeah. And over there in the corner, up in the corner underneath the tip and sub, is the September follower goal. I want to try to see if we can get to 300 followers by the end of the month. Which we've got 38 left to do to get to that. I'm well aware that I am not soups popular. So we're just doing followers and not subs. Do appreciate the subs from non-students, but yeah, we're not gonna do that just yet. We're not going to do that just yet. So we've got some Dr. Young's lab, I think, followed at the end of Wednesday night's stream. And then Psych Queen followed in between streams there. So appreciate those follows. Appreciate those swallows. As follows. Okay, so one of the things that I thought I would do is do this Google Forms tutorial, because in lab for research methods on Wednesday I went through it super quick, and I don't know if that was helpful or not. So that's why I'm gonna expand it, and I thought to myself, I have a project that I need to do that I basically got started at the beginning of the year. I was like, yep, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get us in. It was going to be a project that I was going to take to a conference that is next month that was canceled. So, and then so I got it approved, I think in February or early March. And I was going to send it out in April. It was going to be a survey that I was going to send out in April. And then, mid-March, we all got thrown for a loop. And I just put it on the back burner because who cares right now? That's not what anybody needs to care about right now. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to go through a Google Forms tutorial. I'm sure, listen, there are a billion Google Forms tutorials everywhere. Most of all on YouTube. So, I mean, there's probably nothing going to be groundbreaking about this tutorial, but at least it'll be a consistent flow of question adding, of problem solving, troubleshooting, going through all the little steps here and there to go from this, which is a completely fresh, I have not done a single thing, a completely fresh page of just saying, I want a blank form, Google. I want a blank form. So it's going to go from that to something hopefully in the next 2 hours that I can then just send out to where I need to go. So from blank form to usable product. And Google Forms is obviously free, okay, if you have a Google account, which at this point, who doesn't, right? So we have a Google Suite for my college. So I'm going to be using this for my research. So I'm going to be going through Eureka College's domain on this one. Although, I mean, it's a Google Docs here, so it's nothing too crazy. But to make it more official, I'm going to be doing it in my school account Gmail as opposed to my personal Gmail. Keep that research separate, you know? All right. So, if there are any questions at any point during this tutorial, please do ask that in chat. I do not. I don't much care to be interrupted at any time because this is a tutorial process. It's a live tutorial process, so I'm probably gonna make mistakes or gloss over something. So just interrupt me, and I will definitely jump in there. So without further ado, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So cheers to everyone who is in the chat now. Be sure to say hi. And if you are one of my students, this is office hours, so you are more than welcome to interrupt me for anything at all. You're welcome to interrupt me about school, not high school. Anything related to the classes that you are in. So it doesn't have to be just Google Forms. And all of that stomping that you may hear are my children stomping above me. So yeah, it's good times. All right, I'm going to slide over. Oh, I love this. Hotkeys. Woo! I'm going to bring my mic over. Yeah, buddy. Okay. So, I'm a little more washed out in this one because the camera's a little different, and I don't have a ton of control over that. So, it is what it is. I just look... I look as pale as I should be. To be honest with you. Because I think... I think the iMac camera, the iSight or FaceTime HD or whatever they're calling it these days, is a little nice to me. Okay. So I am going to... so I've got chat right here, and I've got my screen right here, what you can see on your screen. So I've got that right here. And so be pretty much looking back and forth. Okay. All right. So here we have our blank form. Nothing on it. So what I want to do is actually, you can see that I have two tabs here. So I have one that I made for last year. It was on a scale that used to exist, and a scale that exists in about vaccines and vaccine behaviors. So, actually, want to move my coffee. Nothing in that, and I'm going to move my keyboard over, and my phone over, and my mouse over, so I don't have to yell. Come on now. Give me some more height. There we go. Get the mic right up in my face. There we go. All right. So this is what I'm going to model my new one on. And off this screen, I have my my questions that I already made back in, whatever it was, January, February, or whatever it was. So I will be putting those in. But what I want to do is first get some of the basics. I'm probably going to leave the Eureka College logo for last, but you can see that I have a fairly reasonable color here that matches that. It's not the exact same. It looks a little bit better to in the stream than it does on my computer. I think it's a little too dark on this monitor. I'm gonna have to fix that. I am not supposed to be sideways. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple of things. First, I'm going to go up to the gear icon and get the information that I want. And so one of the things that I actually don't want to do on this new one is collect email addresses in the same form that I'm going to be doing this in, okay? And other things that I don't want are restrict users to EC, because I don't want to restrict users to EC. I do want to limit to one response, but unfortunately requires a sign-in, so I don't want that. I don't want respondents to be able to edit after submit, definitely not. And I don't want respondents to see summary charts and text responses. So I'm actually going to leave general all unchecked on the new one. So if we go over here and we click on that, I'm going to uncheck that and then just leave the rest of this. Okay. And so if we go back to this one, I'm going to go to presentation. I do appreciate a good progress bar. And that's, I think, important. I've taken a lot of surveys in my life, and it's really rough when there is no progress bar. So I like that. I don't want the question order to be shuffled, but if you are doing a within subjects design, an experimental design, every participant gets the same stuff. Every participant should get the same stuff, should get to see the same questions. And so one way to make sure that you don't get order effects with those questions is you can shuffle the questions order. So everything else is here. We can add this is the old one. Let me go to presentation. I don't want that one, but I do want, so I don't want show link to submit another response. Definitely not, because they don't get to submit another response, right? So, confirmation message, show progress bar, your response. Thank you for participating in this survey. Your response, I love exclamation points. Your response has been recorded. So this is where I ended up having some issues, and I did not record this. So I'm just going to go ahead and just talk about what's going on right here. So I sped up this footage about a half. So it's 150% speed. So here I'm talking about, don't make your things quizzes. Okay, don't make them quizzes. And so I'm going back between the new one and the sample one, the fight and the vaccine beliefs here. And I am talking about how to do the comparisons. And I'm going through basic setup here. And so the header image is what you can see where it says Eureka College is what I'm pointing at now. And then the colors of the background and the themes. And so those are what I'm going to change now. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I am figuring out the hex codes for each of these. When you hover over a color, you get the hexadecimal code. It starts with a hashtag or a pound sign, and then it's a alphanumeric code. It's a 6-digit code. And the good news is that once you choose the maroon for Eureka, and that is the maroon for Eureka College, it will automatically update to a softer, more pastel-based color for the background color. So you don't actually have to change that. You can just change your theme color and the background color will match. And here I'm just describing the different reds about Eureka, and you can see that the theme color is more of the background of Eureka versus anything else. And I was just searching through the header options to see whether or not my school account had the Eureka header in it, and it didn't appear like it saved the header image in some folder. So you have to add that again, or add it to your Google Forms picture folder, which I did not do. And then here I'm just starting the survey. I'm just starting the survey, and we're going to get started. So one of the things that I changed that I will reference a few times through this video is that the fight and vaccine beliefs form that you see there asked for email addresses immediately. And that's actually not good. That is actually not good. So here I'm describing that it's not a good idea to do that. Okay. And so what we're going to do instead, as we start going through adding questions, is in a more linear sense, we're going to put those questions in and not go. So actually, the first thing that we are going to put in is this informed consent. And we got to add in, that is a description. And so here is where I am determining, oh, wait, you add the question and then you add the description. And there we go. And then you can just use those dot patterns at the top of the module there to shuffle questions back and forth, which I think is a cool little feature. And so what I did was I highlighted my fight and vaccine belief, IRB informed consent, and I copied and pasted it into the new film pedagogy survey, which is also approved. And I just made the changes on the protocol titled, protocol number, the purpose, the procedure, etc. I updated that to what it's supposed to be for this particular one. So be aware, that should be the first thing that your participants see is this informed consent description. And then immediately below it, as you'll see as I'm going through and I'm making these changes, the changes aren't that spectacular, which is why I sped up this footage to 150%, because I'm just typing. I am typing. And I added a bit of language that people can copy paste the informed consent into a Word document if they wanted to save it later. And then here I'm saying I'm not concerned about being doxxed because both my email address and my office phone number are both public information. So especially as an IRB chair, it has to be public information. Those two things, those two bits of contact information are part of my application to be the IRB chair for Eureka College with the Department of Health and Human Services. And I believe I was talking about how my chairpersonship is given by that agency in the United States. And I'm just going ahead and changing a few more things, but that's going to be it for this particular time lapse. I'm not going to narrate any of the other time lapse footage because it sort of gets repetitive. It's going to be film pedagogy. And if you're not familiar with what pedagogy is, it's just teaching. Film pedagogy survey. That's literally what I called it. And it's 2020-02. You can see that my naming conventions for IRBs, my protocol numbers are not that fun. It's the year and the number in chronological sequence. So that's what it is. All right. Purpose is to purpose of the study is to oops, I don't want to do that. Is to research Research. Form of descriptive research and oops. This is not the best worded thing. I might go back and fix it, but oh, actually, what did I put? Oh, I have it right here. I'm a silly man. Okay, purpose of the research is to this. There we go. Procedure. In this study, you will be asked to do some things. You'll be asked to answer questions. Nothing too hard. Should take about 5 to 10 minutes. We do not anticipate... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to highlight the rest of this. Blinga blanga. Risk and benefits. Bing. Bong. And then get rid of that extra space. And this will be right above... This will be right above this question. This question is going to be very important because it will change the way people go through this survey. Okay, so have you read the above information? Remember that you can withdraw and agree to be a participant in this study. And so I am going to do this question here as I'm going to call it consent answer. And I'm going to do a simple yes and no. And that's automatic. That's automatic. And this will be the only question that is required. Because participants can answer as many or as few questions as they want. I am going to give them a $15 gift card. It's going to be great. That's all I can afford to a drawing, so only one winner will get it, but it's $15. I hope people decide to pick that up. But in any case, oh, actually no, I don't. This is what it should say. Sorry, my bad. This is the question. I have read the information above and agree to participate in this study. Okay. So this is really important. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create two different sections, two new sections. And sections will be the way that you partition the flow of the survey. Okay. So I'm going to add two sections. I'm going to add a section. Okay. And then I'm going to add another section. Okay, this one down here is going to be my last one. It's going to be the end. And you can see on here that, Knityu. Wow. That's so bad. Anyways. Good times. Okay. I set this up a little bit backwards, but that's okay. So here I'm going to show you. Those are all my questions, right? Here is where I put the last section. And so in here is the end and the debrief. So let's put those in. I want to see if can I copy this section. No, I can't. Well, I can duplicate it, but I don't think I can bring it over. If somebody knows how to do that, let me know. All right. So I'm going to, and then this is always going to be the end section. Okay. So it's going to be thank you. Whee! Okay. Thank you. And then I'm going to do thank you for completing the study. To complete the submission, and this should be $15 because I am not going to give them $25. I don't have money. And then we're going to space that because that's technically wrong. And then I'm going to do a separate one. I'm going to go to be entered into a drawing, please click the following link. And then here is where I'm gonna, in a little while, I'm not gonna do it right now. Actually, I just realized that if some person consents, then they can enter in their details. I don't want that. So I'm actually gonna do 2 end sections. I'm gonna say thank you. You may close this tab window. Boom. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Okay. So if they go over here and they click no, it's going to go to non-consent because that means they don't want to participate. They agree to, if they don't agree to participate in the study, that's it. Nothing else. So what we want to do then is now continue the rest of the form. So we're going to go into Untitled section. This is a robot check. So this is the poor man's version of... This is the poor man's version. And you can see here that I have a robot check up here. Robot check. And I'm going to add a question. Oops. No, go back to this one. I'm going to add a question. And this is going to be, what year is it? Oops. And I'm going to add in 2018, 2019, 2020, and 2021. And the reason why I do that is because on these radio buttons, robots don't know what this question means when they read it. They could probably read it and spit out an answer, but then choosing the radio button, we haven't gotten there yet. This is also a required question, actually, now that I think about it. So I take back my earlier point about saying that the informed consent is only for this. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this went live. That's so bad. Anyways. And if any of these other questions are wrong, I just send them to the end page. Only the correct answer is right. It's just a really simple skip logic thing. You can also shuffle option order. I'm going to go ahead and do that so nobody really learns the position of them. And then go to section based on answers. So this one's going to go to non-consent. This one's going to go to non-consent. Obviously, 2020 is the right answer for this. And this one's going to go to non-consent. You could another one that a collaborator and I have used in the past is what is the opposite of hot, or what is the opposite of cold, something like that. So that's what we've done in the past. And so there you go, robot check. And then I can go here and add a new section. And this section will be my questions. Just be my question set. I don't have that many questions, so I'm just going to put them all in question. I don't want questions set. Question set. And I didn't put a description there, so I won't put a description here. And then here's where I can just add my questions in. And I have them on my other screen here. And they're fairly simple. So I'm first going to ask for demographic variables. What is your gender? And I am not going to put these in because I'm going to put my own in. How many courses do you typically teach a term? Again, for example, trimester. I don't think they're trimester. There we go. And I'm going to do, look at that. Look at that. It already knows that I want, with the answer, how many? Google being so clutch. So clutch. With its AI here, it knows that how many is a number. And so that's exactly what I want. So clutch there for Google. I want to take a pause again and let everyone know that in the top corner above the window is the follower goal for September over there. If you are not following yet, please do. I would definitely appreciate getting up to 300 followers by the end of the month. We're almost there. Now I gamed that a little bit. We've gotten 2 for the month. So yeah, we're trying to get up to 300. That would be amazing if we were able to do that. Thank you. So anyways, how many courses do you typically teach in a term? They're going to answer a number here. I don't really care what the number is, because people are probably not going to put in, 99 or 100. If they did, I would probably exclude that person from any analysis, because that is probably impossible. All right, moving on. How many years of teaching experience do you have in psychology? And I'm going to just copy and paste this, because I am not going to write the whole thing, but I don't want the number there. How many years teaching experience do you have in psychology? Please consider all teaching years if you were listed as the instructor of record, regardless of full-time employment. This is important. Unrequired. And I am going to put a short answer in. And Google done me dirty on this one, because they did not recognize that this should be a number. Just is number. Is whole number. Should I do, whole number? How many? Yeah, because I'm just asking for years, not months. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Okay. So we're done with that one. New question, because I don't have anything major. Please indicate the highest degree obtained. I actually might be moving this one up to flow a little bit better. So please indicate highest degree obtained. Okay. And it's going to be multiple choice. And I'm going to do bachelor's level. So e.g. BA, BS. Film in your Courses and pedagogy. Add all, yes, maybe. I'm going to get rid of maybe. Yes, no. No on now, I'm going to uncheck required. No, I'm going to go to section based on answer. And I'm going to send them to the thank you because they no longer are useful to me because the remaining questions are about film. So if they don't use film in their teaching, then I don't care about them anymore. Not that I don't care about them, but I do appreciate them. And they are allowed to go to the drawing. They're going to be able to do it. So even though they didn't, give me the film pedagogy data, they did give me other data, and they are a no, which is descriptive. I can make a pie chart of description. And so to compensate them, they get to go put their name in the drawing to be considered for the next thing, which is, I think, which is important. It's ethically important. Okay. Sorry, Siri, or Alexa, I did not ask for you. Cool. That's so dumb. Okay. So we're going to continue on to the next section. I got to make a new section, which is fine because this is where the film questions are going to be. So alrighty. So demo question. So here we add in the film pedagogy questions. We are on here. Let's add a question. Thanks, baby. All right, let's add these film pedagogy questions. And here is going to be an interesting one. This is basically a free response question that I'm going to have to pick out. I'm not going to do what type of film. I'm just going to actually allow this to be a paragraph, to be honest. Long answer text that can just answer in whatever they want, unrequired. You can also add in response validations to make sure they put in something. So length or regular expression, and you can have maximum character count or minimum character count. I'm going to do a 1 here to make sure that they write something. Even if they want to say NA. I want to make sure that they write something. It's not required, but they do need to write something. So which means that they can skip it if they don't click on this. I got to get rid of the number 8 here from my Word document. And then I'm going to add another question. Okay. And then when using a film for courses, this is going to be a checkbox. See, I told you I had a bunch of different question types. So here, and it read that check all that apply, and so it moved into checkboxes. One of the great features of the internet is that checkboxes and radio buttons have specific purposes. Radio buttons only allow you to choose one from a set, right? It's mutually exclusive choice. But checkboxes are all that apply. You can check all, none, 3, 4, whatever, however many you have. They were all valid options, which I think is amazing. It's a good truism for the internet. Okay, so uncheck required there, and I'm going to add my options in here. I'm just going to type them from what I have. add another question. Do you use the same films year after year? Do you use the same films term after term? Year after year? Yes and no. Okay. Not required. New question. Do you films as an extracurricular activity? I love this question. I love it. It's so good. Next, not required. We are going to do another question. How do you feel compared? Oh my jeepers creepers! To other teaching resources. This is not going to be a multiple choice. This is going to be a paragraph, not required. Response validations. You can see I'm not adding any Likert scales to my study because I'm actually just interested in film pedagogy behaviors and not film pedagogy thoughts or feelings or any kind of other thing. Agree to disagree sort of scales. I'm not actually interested in it. I want to know what people are doing with this particular thing. So yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing with this. How do you feel films work compared to other teaching resources? And so I'm just going to allow them to answer with a minimum of one character. All right, back to what I was doing. Long answer. Okay, not required. New question. Perfect. Perfectorino. All right. All right, next, what do we have? Only a few more questions left. What is your favorite color? Yeah, no, that's not what it's going to be. What do you want your students to learn and achieve by watching films? Such a good question. Obviously, yep, paragraph and not required. Response validation, minimum character count 1. Minimum character count. If people are actually answering these questions in good faith, they'll never see the error text on them, so that's good. Whew. New question. What are your impressions about student abilities? About your students' abilities to be critical to what they are told and shown in films. Not required. Response validation. Oops. Response validation. Minimum character count 1. Cool. 2 more questions left. So what pedagogical and practical challenge have you experienced using films? Again, I kind of just want to explore their written responses and see if there are any commonalities with challenges and things like that. So we're gonna do not required and response validation and hit a 1. All right, I have one more question and I just want to know what films they've used. So I'm gonna do that. Please indicate in this space 3 to 5 films you've used for the past, and for which main psychological topics. I do have a bit of an ulterior motive for this one, which is why it's going to be the last question. The ulterior motive here is... oh, you know what? I do need to add in an ethnicity question. The ulterior motive here, earlier in the thing, is that I kind of want to get some ideas for my podcast. And I'm probably familiar with many of the films that are going to be listed here. I don't want that. I do want a paragraph, that, and let's response validate to a minimum of 1 character. Cool. Let's add in here. Let's find in good ethnicity survey item. I can't remember where I found it. Get out of here. How would you describe yourself? Approach to... Are you... How would you best describe... Wow, that's a lot. Oh, this was in the 2010 census. I don't want to go that crazy. I don't want to go that crazy. Are you of... this is not required, just in case anybody is wondering. Okay, and then we're going to add a question. All right. So, how would you best describe yourself? So this is going to be a checkbox, because people can be multi-ethnic, and we are going to make this a checkbox, and we are going to add, okay, so American Indian or Alaska Native. I don't like the way that's worded. The fact that that has to be American Indian, no. It's going to be Native American, thank you. And then the next one is going to be Asian. So that is a catch-all for East Asian and Southeast Asian, as well as Filipino. Black or African American is next. Native Hawaiian or other Pacific Islander. So that's basically a catch-all of all that stuff. And then I think white is the next one. White. Not required. Check all that apply. Ooh, perfect. Demographics done. Okay, so that's the backbone of this thing. So the only things I really need to add now are the, if I go up here, the Eureka College. I'm going to have to find out where that is. I have to find that, where that could potentially be. And then I gotta make a new one. What I'm gonna do is, and you could go in and do in script editors or add-ons. So I could go to here, and see what add-ons might work for this one. Email notifications, choice eliminator, form approvals, form values. So these are a bunch of add-ons that you can add to forms to make them wow, Snot Garden. That is interesting. Oh man. I know the wording sounds wrong, but it turns out that most people check Native American or white and clueless. At least that's what the census found. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'm going to go ahead. Anyways, I'm not going to add any of these because I don't need them. But if you really wanted to, I like the QR code generator. I've used it once, but not everyone knows how to use QR codes, so nah. Booking calendar, I might actually move away from Simply Book Me and do that. I'm gonna have to investigate this one. Not a great rating, but you know, form to calendar, I like that too. Interactive forums, interesting. Quai, I'm not a fan of either LA team, so you know, maybe maybe the Clippers will lose, and maybe the Lakers will too. I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. That's why we have just Asian on this, as to not to not be too confusing, to be more catch-all. I'm not concerned about it. It's not yeah, you're right, Snot Garden is totally right. I will put in here. I'm from Alaska natively. Okay, where are your ancestors from? England. Okay, great. Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to try to get too deep in it. Honestly, I don't want to go anything like this. This is what the census does, and that's too much data for me. It's too much data for me. And anyways, yeah. So you can go here. Oh, I forgot to do here where I wouldn't have had to. Totally forgot to do preferences. No, Snot Garden, you're fine for jumping in. With that, I appreciate it. I like to be interrupted. Should have done that. Because that would have meant any new question would have been fine. Man, oh man. So done. Oh, that would have been useful like an hour and a half ago. Golly. All right, we're gonna close that. I need to open up Forms Home. No. I need a new blank one. We don't need that one anymore. So let's go back to Forms and let's go back to Film Pedagogy Survey. And let's go here and let's change the appearance. This one. Add a custom color. I always have to. Okay. A43 C3E. Add. Oh. Baller. Okay. This one is going to be for this one's going to be for the email addresses. So this is where I'm going to grab email addresses. Film Pedagogy Survey email for drawing. All right. So I just need to add in, what is your email address? What is your email address? And then watch it magically change. Oh, no, I don't want that. I actually need to change this, not to restrict. Collect email addresses. Okay, presentation. Show progress bar, sure. Save that. What is your email address? What I want to do is grab this information here from the very end. And I want to be entered into a drawing. please. Actually, I'm just going to grab this. I'm just going to add this here. Please enter your email address below. Once data collection complete, the winner will be notified by email. Those who do not win will not receive further notification. It's a way to make sure that you don't have to worry about emailing other people. Like, this is the winner. So this one's done. This one's done. All I need to do is get the link to this. And I'm going to do a short URL. So I'm going to Command C that. And I'm going to put it here. And so when this one is ready to go, then that link will work. And we're going to put that in. So I think this is good to go, except for the header. So what I'm going to do is preview it as we are going down here. So look at this. Huzzah! This is what it looks like. And if I'm going to first check whether or not my skip logic here to go all the way to the end works. So I'm going to go here, and we appreciate you letting us know that you cannot participate / consent to participate. No further action is required. You may close this tab window. Oh, I should probably... Okay. Well, that's good to know. So let's close this, and let's go here. Please click submit to finalize your choice. Yeah, I like that. Wunderbar. I already have one response here, which means I can go delete myself. Yeah, definitely make sure that you delete yourself after you're done with previewing. I need a film pedagogy. I need to title this. There we go. Go to drawing. All right, so let's preview this again, and let's go through. I love it how it makes everything a link. Amazing. So here we go to next. What year is it? It is 2020. And oops, I'm going to do this. No, white. What level do you currently teach? I am here. So because I chose that one, it's taking me to the demo question set 2. And I am an assistant professor. And I am on the tenure track. Highest degree earned, that's me. 4. How many years? I don't know, 2012. What is that? 8 years? Yeah, buddy. Do you use film in your courses and pedagogy? Yes, I do. What types of film do you use? Think genre. Shbabliblib. All of it. Yes. Yes. Flibbity gibbets. Flibbity gibbets. How do you require all the time? I should put both in that. All of that. I don't want to put an answer for that. Yes. Okay, great. It looks good. Uh-oh. Something's broken. Oh, that's because that's wrong. That's annoying. Yes, and then I'm just gonna hit next. Oh, this is a required question. but nothing else is required. Oh, I have to remove that? Yes. See, this is how you find all of your errors. This is how you find all of your errors. But there we go. And then you click on that, and you get taken to it. Wunderbar. Oh, yeah, see, this is why you preview it, because I forgot to put in, let's just submit it. I'm going to have to delete all of those responses. So after this one, not continue to the next section, submit form. There we go. All right, so I think that's, I think I'm going to end that, the stream here, or I'm going to end the tutorial here, even though I got some sidetracking in there. That's the end of the tutorial. This is so I can go. Actually, this is a good point. Here you can have accepting responses. Turn that off until you're west of Boston. Gotcha. So you turn that off here, so you're not accepting responses. You can turn that off. So if anybody finds the link, they won't be able to do it. But I can go here to me, 1, 2, and 3, and I can delete this response, and delete this response. So now there are no responses. But it's tested and it works. So this is ready to send out once I get the header image in these two. I'll put the header in both of them. And that's ready to send out. It's ready to send out. Stream is actually almost done. So I think I'm going to end it there. Thanks, everyone. See you later.